everybody. So it's
I can't believe I drive all the way from over there through town and everything and it still didn't last.
truck had tailgate open. It's already 10:30. Went and cut a neighbor's 10-acre patch that he had, wiped it out. Now I'm working on a field of ours. If you've been watching my videos for a while, like clear back to corn planting, I had one where I was talking about we were planting into some horrible conditions between clods and powder. Well, now I'm chopping that field, and to say the yield is amazing is a massive understatement. It's still a little too green. This is probably going to be the last load I cut out of it. But if you remember, I was showing you guys, you know, there's old ditches and stuff in here from when this was flood irrigated. Well, here's that powder strip that ran all the way through the field I was talking about. Look at how that drops off. Just nothing. Clear on the outside, there was almost no crop whatsoever. But then you get in the rest of this, and this stuff's going to make close to 30 ton, or right at it. And I'm blown away by this, because I thought our stand was going to be horrible. I was having trouble getting the seed covered with all the clods. It's crazy to me that this is actually a productive field this year. Even with spots like this, I mean, you can tell we had trouble with emergence, because I've got corn right here that's going to be 75%, and then we got corn right here that's going to be 50%. It's going to average too high for us to chop today, so we're going to have to leave it for a few more days. Maybe in about 2 days it'll be ready. I think it's supposed to get up to 90 again today. But the way these clouds are acting on, it's going to have to work pretty hard to get there. But as I get up here to this edge, you will notice, you can see where the old lane road used to be and that old ditch, because we always have trouble getting corn to emerge there. Come on, almost there, almost there. You can see how it's about to fall off. So right here is where the old lane road and cement ditch used to be. Nothing. But then as I went that way, we started getting corn again, and it's stripped right through there. It's kind of crazy how that still shows up. This is I believe this is harvest 10 off of this. We've had hay, we've had corn, we've had wheat, we've had everything on here. But you can still see it standing out like a sore thumb. Look at the powder that he's fighting through with the truck there. And that's just years and years of silt built up from the ditch and the road and all that fun stuff. But like I said, we're going to have to leave this one, so I'll give you guys some more footage whenever we get to the next field. Well, I'm waiting on a truck real quick. Thought I'd give another update. Got 20 acres over there done. Now I'm working on the rest of the field here. It's about 80 acres in total. It's a big quarter circle. But we're running into a problem here we haven't ran into yet this year, and it's one I absolutely hate. That window's not dirty. Well, I mean, technically it is dirty, but it's not dirt. It's spider webs. We have spider mites in this field. I don't know if this thing can see them or if it looks right through. All these little dots are spider mites. If you've ever been in a cornfield late in the summer, you know what spider mites are. They itch like crazy. That didn't really do a whole lot. But anyways, oh, got shut back off. Anyways, what they do is they just suck all the life out of the plant, literally. They will drain all the moisture out fast. We've got places in here where, as you're chopping it, you look at it and go, this could be picked for grain next week. So that's why we're working on this one. We left that green one. We'll get this one all but knocked out, because the pit we're hauling into, there's a 10-acre field we have right next to it, but it's pretty green, so we want it to go on the top, so that way if it does have excess moisture like we're thinking, it can soak through the pit. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut here till we're almost to the 1,500 ton we need, and then we'll run in there and cut that one real quick, probably later this afternoon. Get that pit all wrapped up and have that one done and over with. Glenn is currently chopping right over there, about 3 miles away. He's working on a half circle there, and then when he gets that done, he's going to go another 4 miles over because he's still hauling into that bigger feedlot. Hold the camera steady. He's still hauling into that bigger feedlot. Sounds like tomorrow he might go to Grenada while this machine keeps running here, but I'm going to go do some good old fun-filled paperwork for the USDA, and Bart's going to run this. With that though, I might be able to get some cool drone footage and get you guys in the pit so you can see the tractor running and that sort of stuff. So I'll see what I can come up with there. But in the meantime, I'm going to stay here and be itchy. Let's talk about this field for a minute. This one is a good summation of how 2020 seems to have gone for everybody. We couldn't get fertilizer or manure on this just because we ran out of time, ran out of manure. So we wound up having to strip till anhydrous on. I'm not a big fan of anhydrous, but when you need nitrogen, you need nitrogen. Problem is, this field was compacted because last spring it was wheat for wheatlage. Then we grew forage sorghum on it and baled it off. So the field desperately needed fertilizer, but it also really needed work badly. But strip till and disc ripping don't exactly go together. So we weren't able to do our deep tillage like I would have liked. We strip till on the anhydrous. I plant it. I was having trouble with, I did a video on this. This is the last field we planted. I was having trouble keeping the planter right on the ridge marks because there was a neighbor who strip tilled on the anhydrous. So I was having a little trouble there. Then we go to start irrigating it up, and we're struggling to get enough water on it to get it germinating, because this was right when we had our spell of 100 degrees and 40-mile-an-hour winds every single day. It was brutal. We got a pretty decent stand emerged. It was struggling to get going. All of a sudden we had a bunch of volunteer forage sorghum start growing. Well, we decided, since our corn, we already knew it was going to silage, and since our corn stand wasn't where we wanted it, we didn't retreat to kill the forage sorghum, so there's a lot of forage sorghum in there. Now, as I showed you in a video, we got spider mites in here just sucking the life out of it, literally. It's pretty brutal. But I did just get the call. We've got one more truck coming back here. I'm at almost 60 of the 80 acres cut. I got one truck coming back here. I'm going to load him, and then we're going to road the 7 miles into basically where the pit is east of town. We got a 10-acre patch there that we're going to top the pit with, and then that pit is done. And then I'm assuming we'll finish this first before going somewhere else in the morning. I don't know. We'll figure that part out later. But just wanted to fill you in on what's going on while I sit here and wait on a truck. Excuse me, pardon me, coming through. this last field opened up. Made it around a couple times. Boys have a real long haul. I don't know if you can see it in the camera. There's the pit. It's almost close enough I could throw it over there with the chopper. Well, these 10 acres are done. It's kind of exciting. Had a power line on that end. That was fun to negotiate underneath. And then about 10 coyotes came running out of the field. I don't know how well you can see the pack tractor over there. It's a different one than when we started an hour ago. He was getting fuel in the radiator, I guess. So we just kind of slowed down, and now they're letting him catch up. Luckily, there was a pack tractor close by. Otherwise, that would have been brutal. Get in here, cut a 10-acre field, and can't even finish. So, I'm gonna fold up the head. I got the 8 or 10 mile drive home. Get this thing blown down and ready for tomorrow. See what fun-filled adventure awaits. Talk to you guys later.